Ever look at your backyard, maybe your deck or porch, and think, how can I make this space really, really stand out? You know, get that amazing look, but also make sure it lasts. That's something a lot of us want for our homes.
Exactly. And that's what we're jumping into today. We're doing a deep dive into Nuvo Iron balusters. We've looked at sources like Nuvo Iron balusters, the ultimate outdoor upgrade, and the goal here is to figure out why these might be the perfect upgrade for you.
That's it. We're going to unpack the key things, the benefits, the features that make Nuvo Iron, well, different. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so you know how outdoor stuff can look great at first, but then not so much? How does Nuvo Iron tackle that? It really starts with something you don't always see, but it's super important: durability and strength. They use this two-step process. First galvanizing, then powder coating.
Right, and they claim looks just as good years down the line.
Yeah.
That's a big claim for anything left outside. I mean, we've all seen stuff fade or rust pretty quickly.
Yeah.
How do they actually pull that off?
Well, it's about engineering that resilience, something not all competitors do. The galvanizing part, it's a zinc layer. It sort of sacrifices itself if there's a scratch, stops rust from spreading. Then the powder coating adds that toughness against sunlight, impacts, you know? That combination is key. That's why they can talk about years without it looking worn out. Others might skip those steps, and yeah, you see fading or rust sometimes in just a year or so.
Okay, that makes sense. Durability is one thing, but what about matching them to your style?
Yeah, good point. And that's where their versatility comes in. It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. First off, they come pre-cut to standard building code lengths. That saves a lot of hassle, right? Meets the rules for height, spacing, all that.
Oh, definitely. Cuts down on guesswork and potential issues later.
Hmm.
But what if you need something custom, like a specific design?
You can do that too. They're easy to cut to whatever length you need. Just got to remember, touch up the cut end with some rust inhibiting paint. Simple fix. And style-wise, lots of options. Round, square, rectangular. There's bound to be a look that fits what you're going for. Perfect for, you know, adding a bit of class to a new build or even just sprucing up an older deck that looks a bit tired. And they work really well with wood decks. You get the nice look of wood posts and rails, but the balusters themselves, they last way longer than wood ones and add that different visual texture. It's a smart combo.
Yeah, that blend of materials can look really sharp.
Yeah.
Okay, so durable, versatile, but what about actually putting them in? Installation can be a big hurdle for homeowners.
Right. And Nuvo Iron seems to have focused on making this, well, pretty easy. You don't necessarily need to be a pro. They've got YouTube videos, instructions in the pack.
Yeah.
The idea is that even if you haven't done much DIY, you can get a really professional result. Plus, you can find digital instructions online. And they offer stamped drawings if your local town requires them.
Step drawings, what are those exactly?
Yeah. They're basically pre-approved engineering plans. They show your municipality that the railing system meets safety codes, can make getting permits easier.
Okay, good to know. But like you said, not everyone feels confident doing it themselves.
Exactly. So if a project feels too big or you're just not sure, they have a locate page on their website to find a contractor. Sometimes, you know, hiring someone saves hassle and maybe even money in the long run.
Makes sense. So thinking about a project, how much choice do you actually get in terms of buying these?
Loads of options there, too. It sort of ties back into customizing your space. They sell them in packs of 10, usually enough for a standard 4-foot section. Different heights are available, too. And there's a contractor value pack, 30 balusters, plus the connectors you need for surface mounting. Covers about 12 feet of railing. Good value if you have a bigger job.
And what about if you want the whole railing setup, not just the balusters?
Yep. They've got full kits, balusters, top and bottom rails, the connectors. Basically, everything that goes between your main posts. It really lets you get creative. Their balusters also work really well with their other stuff: post caps, different rail connectors, decorative inserts.
So you can kind of mix and match within their system.
Exactly. It creates contrast, adds interest, just elevates the whole look of the deck or porch. Gives you that inexpensive elegance, you could call it. Makes things look quite high-end.
Inexpensive elegance, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so they sound good, but can you actually find them easily?
Yeah, availability seems pretty solid. You can find them at lots of online retailers, the big home improvement stores, local lumber yards, too. Nuvo Iron themselves sell through these retailers, not direct to the public, but their website makes it easy to find who stocks them near you or how to special order if needed.
Okay, great. So wrapping this up then, it sounds like Nuvo Iron balusters really offer this strong mix of being tough, looking good, being adaptable, and surprisingly easy to install. Plus, you can actually buy them easily.
That sums it up well. And I guess the final thought for you, the listener, is given that focus on lasting a long time, being user-friendly, and looking good together, maybe think beyond just what you're building. Think about how long you want that space to look great and hold its value. What part of all the durability, the style, the ease stands out most to you for your next project?
That's it for this episode of The Iron Mic, brought to you by Nuvo Iron. If you liked what you heard, follow us to stay up to date on our latest episodes. Got questions? Interested in the products we talked about? Or have a project to share? Visit nuvoiron.com or find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok at Nuvo Iron. Until next time, listen in, learn more, and build better.